Hi guys, my name is Ryan Lowe and welcome to another Friday Live. Today we're going to be talking about it's a topic really close to my heart, and that's in the general realm of branding and what that consists of. Gone are the days of a brand as a logo, and for companies and businesses that still think that's the case, we're going to work on that. Okay, we're going to educate you. And this is really a quick topic. We might have this be a series. Please let us know if you like this topic, because it is something that's really close to our heart as an agency, not just me, but as an agency. We love developing and working with really brands that want to strengthen and get stronger, get more well known, or even just to tighten up internal processes. So you can see everything I just said was not about a logo. It's about much more than that. So with that today, we're going to be talking about building a brand from scratch. So now this could be for organizations to say, hey, here's our mother organization and we want to come out with this new product or this new whatever service. And we really need to develop something new for it just because it doesn't fit our current design and the way it's functioning. And I say design not being the logo, we're going to talk about that. But really I want to first talk about some of the things that really some of the biggest and best brands in the world have in common. There's a lot of traits that have in common. Again, this is just an intro to the topic. I do think we're going to do more on this, but please let us know via comments or direct messages that you want to, delve in more into this. So here's what some of the best and biggest and greatest brands in the world have in common. One is industry leadership. They really have a focus on not just being I hate to use the term SMEs, but the subject matter experts, but they really are a leader in their industry, whether it's the food industry or whether it's the auto manufacturing industry or what have you. Another thing is about being unique. They want to differentiate themselves from their competitors. So with that said, there's another thing, knowing the competition. They know their competitors and they know that, hey, here's what they're about. We want to change that up. So other thing is understand their audience. They know that, hey, here's exactly what our customers are looking for and need, and here's how we're delivering and over-delivering on that promise, leading into deliver on the promises. It's one thing to say, hey, just do it, but how are you doing it? And how are you, year after year, decade after decade now, we can actually say that about Nike, how are they delivering on their promise? How are they making sure they're the best shoe in the marketplace? Because they definitely have competitors. Think about Adidas, think about Puma, think about all their different competitors. And some of their competitors have said, hey, you know what, we're going to give up running and all-terrain shoes to Nike, whatever, and I'm not sure what categories they've given up on, but we're going to focus on just soccer or just football because Nike is just crushing us. Or we just want to slowly chip away at Nike's lead. So there's that knowing your competitors and delivering on your promises internally and externally. So and I'm going to talk about internal and external in just a minute. The last thing is connect on emotional levels. So there's one thing about having a great product, but then there's also the how do we connect in their soul and being, engage with them to buy or engage with them to build a relationship, or how do we connect on an emotional level, not just, oh, this is the best product. How do you go deeper than that? So there's a lot of ways you can do that from an aspirational campaign versus just a, hey, we want a return on investment campaign. So the one thing I want to start, if you're just starting off as a new brand or a new startup, you got to start from somewhere. The biggest fault we see, and not fault, but the biggest hurdle that organizations can get stuck in, or brands can get stuck in, is they want it to be perfect. And although, listen, we love perfection. We settle for excellence, but we love perfection. However, when you're starting a company, it's more about starting. And look at some of the biggest brands. And we have a lot more examples that I want to do in a bigger talk, on a bigger Friday talk. But look at this example. This is Apple, okay? And this isn't even current Apple. Now they're like the white, bright white. They've changed even that. But you can see, hey, here's where they started. And there's a huge, awesome history. I definitely recommend you read about Apple's story as far as how they went from here to there to beyond. But I love Apple's story. It's a fantastic story. So please let me know in the comments if you want me to do a talk or I include a minute or two on that story, because it's just a great story. It really goes back into really Steve Jobs, his passion for art and illustration. It really has a really great story behind it. But you can see how is that brandable, that term, long term. Is it something that is it iconographic? Is it something that people can immediately recognize visually and emotionally that pulls them in? So there's there's rules to follow. There are rules to follow and rules to break, but you got to know the rules to follow before you can break them. So there's a lot of really fun stuff that you can do when it comes to building your mark and building your last but not least, this is the most important topic. And again, this is the third topic, is your internal audience versus your external audience. When you're developing a brand, you really want to focus on those two really groups. Your internal audience is your team, it's your staff, it's your employees, it's your contractors, everyone who knows your brand, whether it's intimately or not. Intimately as in they work with you or for you or are part of your team or your crew. And you got to make sure that, hey, is this representative of what we're about? That's, to be honest, I think that's the most important. And a lot of people say, oh, no, it's all about the customers. Yeah, but guess what? If you don't have a strong core of what people believe about you and say about you when you're not around as the leader or the founder of the organization, that can cause to bigger issues down the road. The other audience, which I don't even have on the screen, but it's everything outside the circle, and that is your external audience. What do they say about you behind your back? And now that's when marketing comes in, and advertising comes in, and public relations and social media management comes in. Those are where all those things come in to make sure your message is being conveyed in the way you want it to be to an external audience. A lot of times the big question I get is, well, isn't it the same message? Isn't our internal audience the same message that we would, and the same initiatives we do to our external? No, it's not. And here's the reason why. Sometimes you don't want to have some of your internal cultural, hey, this is the way we do things, public. Because guess what? This is your internal organization. This is your internal stakeholders. Here's the way we do things. It's not that it's like top secret, but the point is the external, who you're targeting from a marketing and advertising standpoint, they don't need to know. It's not that it's not their business, but it's not going to help them engage and interact with you. It might be something that, hey, here's our marketing plan for 2021. Okay, great, but someone who's thinking about engaging with you or buying from you or partnering with you, it's not going to change their decision. It might influence them, but it's not. So that's where you do have to have two, I'm going to say as part of your overall strategy, you need to have those two major elements that, hey, here's our objectives on how to engage and strengthen our internal audience, and here's how to engage and strengthen our external audience. And they should be different. There's going to be some correlation, but overall they should be different. Last but not least, we are a HubSpot partner. I've mentioned that before. It helps us a lot with those tactics and how to implement them. We are energyhill. I hope, literally, I just scratched the surface of this topic because of the fact it is a massive topic. It's one of our pillars of services. We offer three. One of them is brand design and development. The other one's marketing, and the other one is design. It's just app design, web design development. So it's marketing, design, and brand. And brand is the foundation. Along with support, brand is the foundation on which you can build all of your, whether it's your new products, new services, or in a sense run campaigns if you're already established. And also I do want to mention that if you're already an established brand, there's still things in here that are very important that you address. Are we engaging with our internal and external audiences in the right way, in the way that's going to induce them to action in a positive way for the growth of our company, for the strategy and what we want to hit. So with that said, I know I scratched the surface on this topic today, but I know it's a massive topic, and I do want you to let us know. Please reach out to us as a team, whether it's direct message or in the chat, and just let us know, hey, I want to know more about branding from whatever. You list it and we'll talk about it. Thanks so much. My name is Dr. Ryan Lowe. Please follow us on Family Talk. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.